Now moving on to the next topic, right? The Golden State Warriors, Bay Area. The return of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Hey, let me tell you something. It's new technology, the way they train and all that good stuff. They got all kind of, you know what I'm talking about? I'm serious, man. These boys get down.
They get down,
and they locked in. You see, as soon as they shoot that thing, they turn around and they know it's in that thing.
Yeah. Right now, people forgot just how good these players are, it seems like, right? I mean, you got like Max Kellerman's, bum ass saying that, instead of the Curry range is the Lillard range or the, stuff like that. Just because, Damian Lillard's been shooting those long threes, right? Recency bias, right? You're thinking, oh man, this guy is unguardable, right? He can pull up from anywhere. Stuff like that, right? Steph Curry been doing that stuff, right? Steph Curry's been doing that for a long time. And now, the return is upon us, right? 2021.
Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play.
I mean, they're still kind of debating when to start the season, but these guys are locked and loaded and ready to go, right? You got Steph Curry, new hairstyle with the braids. Again, I don't know why this guy always tries to get braids. Right? I mean, last time he was getting dreads, and it looked like kind of worms, right? But it's looking no bueno. And I don't know what's happening with Klay. I mean, last time I saw Klay, he was sponsored by Nerf gun or something because he's a shooter. But, the return's upon us. Golden State Warriors come back with a vengeance. Come back like the Ultimate Warrior. Talking to Mean Gene.
Ultimate Warrior. What happened tonight was already written, Hulk Hogan. It was written a long time ago when the Warriors that came before me and you.
And we'll see the revival of, whether these guys make a splash to become a contenders again. And people have forgotten, just how, truly great Steph Curry is. Steph Curry is one of the greatest players of all time, right? I mean, not just, the greatest shooter of all time. He's one of the greatest impactful players of all time in NBA history, right? You need to count for the entire history of the NBA. Steph Curry is just that great, right? I mean, people want to hate on him. I don't know why, right? And then they make some bullshit fucking arguments saying that this dude's kind of cocky and all that stuff. So what, man? I mean, dude, NBA needs some fucking goddamn flavor in it, right? In their personalities. You need more. You need more, flair into it, man. I mean, you can't play fucking robots and stuff, or here he goes for the dunk, Kawhi Leonard goes for the dunk. No, no smile, no enthusiasm and stuff like that. You can't just have all, Kawhi Leonard's running around, right? You gotta have some people and their own, flavors to it. And, Steph Curry brings it. And, the revival, it's upon us. Right? I forgot how good Klay Thompson is. And Klay Thompson's probably, top 3 two-way player when it comes to his role, right? I mean, think about it. There is no 3-and-D players of the likes of Klay Thompson who can really defend on a elite level and shoot at an elite level, right? It was very rare, stuff like that. Draymond Green triple single, man. Yeah, I'm not really too fond of Draymond Green. I mean, he's good, but he plays his role, right? You just push the pace, pass, and just defend, right? Ridiculous, right? And then you got Andrew Wiggins, right? I like Wiggins, but Wiggins is just a massive disappointment. Massive disappointment, right? This dude, just on his base potential, right? He had the potential to be the next great shooting guard. And he just never improved to that point, right? Like, you would think with this dude's ability, like, just think about it. Andrew Wiggins can post you up, if elite athleticism. He has some good handles, good mid-range, to shoot the three. Everything. Has the potential to be a lockdown defender with his athleticism. Absolutely none of that, man. Massive disappointment. This dude was supposed to be the next coming of the great shooting guards of the likes of Kobe Bryant, right? This dude had it all. And he just has no heart whatsoever, right? So he ends up being a player on the likes of like someone like Latrell Sprewell or something. Where, Sprewell's like, yeah, Sprewell's decent and all that, but I mean, he just, there could have been what if, could have been more. There's a lot more juice to be squeezed out in this orange, right? And, we'll see what happens with the full offseason with, Wiggins in the Warriors camp, whether he's working out with Klay or like Steph or something, but dude, like, Wiggins just sucks, man. Like, dude, that's just how disappointing it is. He just sucks. Like, he doesn't suck, in a way where, he's a bad player. It just sucks that, he's never reached that point in his career where it all clicks and, he like dominates the league. Averaging like what, like 25, 5 and 5, right? Like those typical shooting guards back in the day in my era, where it was the great ISO players. But maybe you can account that for Minnesota being an ass place, where they just never really put Wiggins in his in the best seat possible scenario, where they brought in like certain players like Jimmy Butler, brought in like coaches that couldn't get to him, like Tom Thibodeau and stuff like that. Like, I mean, bro, I guess that's some kind of somewhat lame excuse, I guess, but still, like, it's like what Jimmy said, dude. Like, dude, y'all got all the talent in the world, and y'all just don't work hard. So, we'll see what happens with Wiggins next offseason. But, the Golden State Warriors are going to be contending for the championship next season, right? Like, you would think, right, with the revival, what Steph Curry be the number one option again, Klay Thompson. You have the third option, Andrew Wiggins. And, people want to make this comparison that, the Warriors are going to be the reminiscent of the 2015 Warriors. I can see that in a way where, yeah, they can make a similar run towards that. Andrew Wiggins is definitely better than Harrison Barnes, right? It's just that, his defense is not as good as Harrison Barnes. But what I will give credit Andrew Wiggins is his defense has looked a lot better when it's on the Warriors. Now, whether if that's due to coaching or like, Draymond Green yelling at his ass, I don't know. But he definitely looked massively better. And, we'll see what happens, right? That's what That's what the Warriors got him for, right? Like, they're trying to use him for a trade piece. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's the plan for the Warriors. Are you trying to trade Wiggins for who? Right? Trying to offload his contract for what? Like, for Giannis or something? Like, I'm telling you right now, it ain't gonna happen. Like, the Bucks ain't gonna trade him. And you got your number one, your number two pick, James Wiseman, right? Just pick him. Such a slam dunk pick. You put him there. You sign a seasoned veteran like Dwight Howard, right? Sign Dwight Howard. Get James Wiseman. You rotate those two bigs to be your defensive bigs. Pick and roll all day, right? With Steph Curry or Draymond Green, pick and roll all day. Those guys get alley-oops. Dwight can still play some good defense. He can mentor James Wiseman. Rotate those two. I mean, you're set right there. You're set. 2015 Warriors right there. You want to say, right? You want to make a reminiscence of 2015 Warriors. You see, Andrew Wiggins. Let's see if he can put up, better numbers than Harrison Barnes. He will put up, better offensive numbers than Harrison Barnes, right? I mean, I'll never forget Harrison Barnes in that 2016 finals. He played literally the worst performance in the finals of all time. Like, this guy literally put up trash juice numbers. I think this dude was averaging like was he averaging like 6 points or something? Like 5 points on 10% shooting or something, or like 20% shooting. It was like terrible. It was terrible. Every time I saw this dude play, I'm like, dude, like, what the hell is this? Like, is this dude like, shell shocked or what? Because like, this guy's been in the finals before. Like how much choking do you have to, do to put up those kind of numbers? They're so bad. So I don't think Andrew Wiggins can ever put those kind of numbers. Like, this dude sleepwalks into 20 points, right? Like, that's how good Andrew Wiggins is just off the base, which is sad to me, dude. Like, this dude, I just hate players that don't live up to the potential, on purpose, right? In a way where, like, if you got like, injured or something like Derrick Rose, where like you couldn't really reach your potential and stuff like that, like, I can understand. But if you're just, snoozing and like just sleepwalking to like, a certain number of points and stuff, and you can do way more, like, I just think like, dude, like, is this really it? Like, you don't really care, huh? Like, I don't know. That's just me. Like, dude, you have all the talent in the world. You can be way more better. And if you're all about money, dude, you can make even more money by being better, right? But you're like content with what you are, and it just sucks. Like, Andrew Wiggins is 26 years old, right? If he had the drive of like certain other players of his past time in this position, like, dude, James Harden would not be the best shooting guard, right? It would be Andrew Wiggins. If Andrew Wiggins really gave a fuck. Like Andrew Wiggins should be the number one, shooting guard right now, if he really lived up to his potential. But, he didn't. So, dude's just sleepwalking into, more, great performances, right? He doesn't pass. So, the Warriors are kind of like probably making him to like kind of a decent role player, I guess you can say, where he's plays the utility role, where he can pass, score, defend, I guess you can say, with all the pressure. I think he's content with being a role player. And if the Warriors are Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and them putting up their numbers, the Warriors are set, right? Like, dude, like, they're super set. The only difference is, like, if it was me, like, I would trade Draymond Green, right, this offseason, right? Like, the core players of the Golden State Warriors will always be the Splash Brothers. Splash Brothers is eternal in the Bay Area, right? We like, after what Draymond Green did with Ayesha Curry and stuff like that, there has to be some kind of weird kind of dynamic in their relationship right now. So I mean, if I were me, I would trade Draymond for more pieces, right? Like I feel like Draymond Green is the most replaceable player, where you can like get multiple players to play that role, and we'll see what happens. Like how far the Warriors are gonna get, but I think they have a great chance of going to the NBA Finals again. Like that's how good the Warriors are. That's how much respect I got for Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Like, we'll see what happens. Warriors, but I gotta see what they do in the offseason with their draft picks. Just pick James Wiseman, right? You can sign Dwight Howard. Boom, you're there. And then I don't know, who else is available in the offense? Like you can probably sign try to get Justin Holiday or any more utility players. You're set. Let's rock and roll and go to the Western Conference Finals, right? And put these Clippers and Lakers on blast and remind them let's see who's really the king of the West. So I'm excited for what the Warriors gonna do. I mean, dude, we need Steph Curry back, dude. It ain't been the same since the Warriors have been down.